Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kirsten and I typically post home and lifestyle content on my channel. So if that interests you, feel free to subscribe and like this video. And today I'll be sharing with you my top 15 coffee tables that I've been loving recently. In my latest apartment tour video, I got a lot of questions about my coffee table, and unfortunately the one I have is sold out. So I was inspired just to kind of collect a few of my favorites for you all and put them in one video. So that's exactly what we'll be doing. I feel like coffee tables these days are extremely expensive and they take such a long time to ship. So I was looking for coffee tables back in like February, even though I knew I wasn't going to be moving till May. So with that being said, a lot of the coffee tables that I like are just on the higher end, but I did try to find a couple of dupes here and there. So hopefully some of them are more affordable if that's what you're looking for, but let's get right to it. Starting with this table from Wayfair. Now, Wayfair was a site that I felt like used to be pretty affordable, but these days the coffee tables are pretty up there in price. So this one is coming in at around $820, but this one was really inspired by the coffee table that I currently have. Just based on the shape, I think it has this really cool organic shape to it. And I love that the stone is made to look like marble, but without that heavy weight to it, because I had a marble table in my last apartment and it was very, very heavy and just tough to move around, especially if you have a rug underneath. You want something that's more lightweight. So you're gonna get that with this table. I've also really been loving those chunky round legs in a table. I don't know why, but I feel like all the tables that I like these days have those legs. And this one in particular has this nice fluted base, which just adds to the detail and to the kind of luxurious vibe that you get from this table. So I really love it, at least from what I see on the picture. I did notice that it doesn't have any reviews, which I like to look at before purchasing anything. So that's a bit of a gamble there, but otherwise, I think it looks like a beautiful table. The next one we have is also inspired by the table that I have, just to give you guys a few more options. This one is the Barlow coffee table from Article, and it again has those nice chunky legs that I like, but this time it's in this like oak wood color, which I really like. Ideally, I think my coffee table would be in this nice oak wood tone, but I also kind of like the brown at the time, so I'm fine with it now. But I feel like this wood is really nice, and you get this nice thick table too, so it looks like it's really good quality. I feel like Article furniture is pretty nice from what I've experienced of it, and it's at a fairly reasonable price point for a large coffee table. This one's coming in at $799, so just under $800, and I really like it. I like the style, I like the look, and I think it'll be something that'll last. Okay, now we're getting into the more expensive tables. I really have been loving the Travertine style, so you'll see a few of these Travertine tables in this video. The first one being the Anya coffee table from Anthropologie. This one's a really nice round table, and I know for me, I like to put a round table if I have a sectional couch. I think it just kind of fits perfectly in that little nook next to the chaise. So this is a great option. It also has these wooden legs, which I think the contrast between the natural stone and the wood is just really nice in my opinion. And I feel like it just looks really beautiful, and the neutral colors will kind of fit into any space and style of space. This one is pretty pricey though. It is over $1,000, so it's definitely a commitment, but it does have a 5-star reviews, so I feel like it might be a good option if you're looking. Moving on, I wanted to highlight 2 coffee tables from West Elm. The first one is called the Kane panel rectangle coffee table. And now Kane has been all the rage in the past few years, but I feel like this one is done really nicely and elegantly. And it's also very different from a lot of the coffee tables that I've seen before. It does have this like magazine holder on the side, which is really cool. And I think it adds that extra element of decor, because you can put your home decor books in there, your home magazines, any of those kinds of things there. And then it also has the top layer, which you can also add decor to. And I really like that the table is black. I think the rich black color really balances nicely with the light cane. So I feel like this is another nice option. The next table that I wanted to share with you from West Elm is actually one that I was looking at prior to my move. Again, it's this like rich dark wood color, this deep brown that I feel like is really nice and rich for a home. This is another round table, and it has this cool texture to it, and I feel like that just makes it look more chic and not as plain. This is a 36-inch round table, so I feel like that's perfect for a small apartment space, and it's also at a very good price point at $499 right now. All right, now we've got to get into CB2 tables. I've been loving CB2 for home decor, furniture, anything like that. The first one being the Santoro white quartz coffee table. This one I don't think is new, but I feel like I've seen it for a few months and I still haven't gotten tired of it. It's just really beautiful. It has this brown wooden base and then this white quartz on top that's just so elegant and classy. I really love how it looks, and this is another round option if you're looking for round tables. This one is priced at a little over $1,000, so it is one of the more pricey tables, but I think it's beautiful and hopefully worth it. It does have pretty good reviews. At the current time, it's not available, but it's estimated to arrive in early November. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that if you like this coffee table. The next one might be one of my favorites. It's absolutely stunning. It is called the Statement Marble Coffee Table, and that's the perfect title for it because it absolutely makes a statement. This one is a rectangular coffee table, which I've been loving more of. I think because in my last apartment I had a circle table, and this time my table is kind of round as well. I've just been liking the look of a rectangular table, and this one is marble throughout the entire table. The legs, the top, everything is marble. It's absolutely stunning, and it is on final sale right now. The problem is it's not available online, so in order to get this table, you would have to go in stores or find it at an outlet. But honestly, if you can get your hands on this, I think you're gonna be in love, because I'm in love just looking at it in pictures. So now we're getting into another table that is kind of organically shaped. It's called the Vedano Coffee Table, and this one has a travertine top, but it's not like the typical travertine that you see that's kind of this like light beigey tone. This one has like a deeper gray finish, almost like a charcoal gray, which I think is pretty cool. And then it has those wooden legs. So I think it's really cool, the colors, the finish of it. It's that natural stone, so you can't go wrong with it, honestly. This is a very popular coffee table, it seems, and unfortunately you can't get it until about January. But if you're willing to wait, or if you know that you're not moving until further out, then maybe this is the one for you. It is probably the most expensive coffee table that I've looked at, and this one is $2,099, so save your coins. Here's another coffee table that I was considering for this apartment. It's called the Altadina Coffee Table from CB2 as well. I liked it because it was really long and rectangular. The problem is it was just too big for my space, and it's also pretty expensive. It's almost $1,500. But it has this really nice brown color, and the legs have this added detail where it's kind of like these cutout lines in the wood, and I think it's just so beautiful. The finish of it looks really smooth, and I think it would just be the perfect table, and I like that it can be suited for different styles. I feel like for the couples out there that struggle to find that balance between the feminine and masculine kind of pieces, this is perfect because it can kind of blend into any home. And honestly, CB2 just makes really quality pieces, and I pretty much love everything that I see on the website and in person, so this is definitely a good choice. I also more recently found the Savita brown travertine table. This one I think is just really cool because of the shape. Even though it's a rectangular tabletop, it has these really cool legs that are not round, they're not rectangular. They look almost like a pyramid at the top, and then they go straight down. I think it's really cool. I don't see that often in tables. And again, this is not the standard travertine color. It's a brown finish, so it looks a little different than regular travertine, which gives it that added element to it that you don't see all the time. And it makes it one of those pieces that people always want to know where it's from when they see it in your home, because it's so different. This one is $18.99, and it's estimated back in stock in October, so that's very soon from now, and you won't have to wait too long for it. For another round table option, you can look at the Justice Oak Coffee Table, also from CB2. This one is just under $800, and I think it's a really good neutral option. It's very simple, which I like, but then it also has this cool pedestal base, which kind of just elevates the look a little bit more. And this one you can really play around with your decor because it's so simple and neutral. But I really like the type of wood and the color of the wood. I think it's just the perfect medium toned wood that you can find. So this is another great option. So those are all of the CB2 tables that I wanted to talk about. We are flying right through this. Next up, we're gonna go into Crate and Barrel. And Crate and Barrel and CB2 are kind of like sister stores, so I feel like they always have good options. The next one I wanted to chat with you about is the Vernet Travertine table. I think it's Vernet, I'm not really sure, but it is this really cool like oval shape. It's very long, and it again has these wooden legs that are nice and chunky. And I think this one is gorgeous. It honestly was another one that was a contender when I was shopping for my apartment. The only thing is I think this would have been too long for my space, so I went with something that was a little smaller, but this one is stunning. And you can often find this one at discounted shops like Apartment Deco and places like that online. So you might even be able to catch a deal, but if you did want to purchase it full price, you're looking at about $899 for this coffee table. I think it's worth it. Again, it's the natural stone. You're really paying for the quality elements that are used when making these tables. So this is another great table that I've been loving in the past few months. Now, if you have been following my journey when furnishing this apartment, many of you will know that my little dining room table is actually not what I really wanted. I really wanted this plaster table from Crate & Barrel that was about $1,000, and I just didn't want to pay that for a small little bistro table. But they do have the option to get the coffee table version of it. It's called the Willy White table, and it's this plaster-like finish. It's absolutely stunning. They make this in both white and I think black as well. So it really can be suited for different styles. I just love how minimal it is. I love plaster finishes. I feel like a lot of people have been making their own plaster nightstands and plaster tables, which I am kind of like itching to do with my dining table, but I'm also nervous. I don't want to ruin it, and I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that. But if you are not a DIY person and you just like to purchase things as they are, then this is a great option if you're looking for a plaster finish for a table. And the last table from Crate & Barrel that I wanted to share is the Van Natural Oak Coffee Table. This one is also, just like that plaster table, a part of the Leanne Ford collection. And honestly, sometimes I just type in Leanne Ford when I'm on the websites because she makes such good pieces. The design is always there, the quality is always there. I think she just knows interior decor so well, and I really resonate with her style, and I feel like her pieces are top notch. So this one is another great option. It's very sleek. It's that beautiful wood color, but it also comes in black. And I used to not love black coffee tables just because I like my space to feel very light and airy, like, you know, that Pinterest kind of vibe. But more recently, I feel like I've been warming up to these black coffee tables when they're done correctly, and I feel like this one really is. Even though it's pretty minimal in its nature, I feel like it does add that really cool design. It is $11.99, so it's again a little pricey, but I think it's one of those pieces that would last you a lifetime. And if you have a multi-story home, it could be something that you can move throughout your rooms. So this is another one of my favorites at the moment. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, we are down to our last coffee table of the video. And for this one, I wanted to give you a nice affordable option because I know some of these have been more in the high-end range. So this one is from World Market, and it's the Zeke Oval Coffee Table. And this one kind of reminds me of that Travertine oval table that I mentioned from CB2, but this one is an all wood finish. So it's slightly different, but I think it's still really beautiful. And I like that oval shape again. It's different. It's not your typical square, circle, rectangle, but it's this oval shape and it's really nice and long. So you're gonna get a nice big table, but at a really good price. This one is only $400. It's the cheapest one out of all of the tables that I've recommended, and it's still really good. So yeah, guys, those are all the coffee tables that I've really been loving. I hope this video helped you out if you're looking for some inspiration, or if you have been looking for coffee tables on your own. Maybe this gave you a few ideas, and I really appreciate you all watching, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!